All right, our January town hall meeting is officially in session. Could one of you ring the bell, please? Thank you. It's officially in session. We're going to go ahead and chat a little bit today about some of the stuff we've been working on as a KMC and stuff that we will be working on coming up here over the rest of the term. We're about halfway through the term at this point, so we've made some progress, but there's still a lot more to be made. I forgot that I need to change the size of my Minecraft window, which is going to affect the recording of this video, maybe, so hold on. Okay. It didn't. We're all good. Things are better these days. Okay, so first and foremost, I'd like to give an official welcome to Graham for joining the KMC recently this month. Well, late last month. He is filling in the community affairs position. Jonas had some issues and wasn't able to go through with the duties, so fortunately we had Graham here who was able to step up and help us get stuff situated. Graham's already been hard at work, doing tons over the past, I think, 2 weeks that he's been around, so thank you so much, Graham, for being here with us today. Other than Graham, we will let Graham and everyone else talk about what they've been up to recently, but before getting into that, we're going to just give some general town hall updates. Most importantly and most excitingly, which maybe not that exciting given the turnout I see here today, but we will be having our very first referendum vote starting today, voting on issues that will affect the future of Koholint. We've never actually done one of these. The only voting we've ever done before has just been like mayor elections, but every mayor in the past has had the power to conduct other votes as they see fit. They just have chosen not to. But I have chosen to. So we're going to vote on a few issues. I'm going to actually run downstairs really quick so I can show off the setup. If you guys want to follow me, you can. If you don't want to, that's also okay. Oh, should we take the actual stairs? I always just jump off the edge. We'll take the stairs since we're being recorded. We're being surveilled. So everything is actually all set up and ready since the vote starts today, but you can read the ballot issues here on the lectern. There's also extra copies of the ballot issue guide up here in the bookshelf in case, multiple people are trying to vote at once or trying to learn at once. So you can read a little bit about the issues that we're going to be voting on, and then you will find pre-written ballots in the typical ballot chest over here. They are in book format this time. So all the questions are in there. You can take a look at them if you'd like. Grab one if you're planning on voting. You can take a look and you'll write your answer where space designates you to write it. I have one here, so I'll give a little sneak peek for the video. And then make sure that you do put your voter ID on the line inside the book. And when you finish filling your ballot out, sign the book and sign the title as your voter ID as well. And then you'll drop it off just in this box. This is the only box we'll use for the vote this time. So yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting. We can make some decisions together, and it won't just be, the totalitarian mayor deciding what's going on.
Very cool.
Yeah, super exciting. It did take me a minute to make all the freaking ballot books, though, so please go vote.
I'm voting right now.
You're voting right now?
No, I'm gonna forget to do it later.
You didn't even read the voter guide.
I listened to your lovely walk, dude.
No, I mean the issues guide.
No, I read those already though.
Oh, okay.
I read those. I read whatever was in the city hall chat.
Well, the issue guide has like arguments for and against, so if you want to check them out, you can.
Good luck.
Good luck on what?
Convincing them
to vote.
Do anything.
He's doing it.
Yeah, but not how you want him to. See, that's the...
If he wants to be an uninformed voter, then he's allowed to. That's his right.
I read all that information.
You read all the information.
Just so you know.
Just so you know.
I don't. There's a lot of assumptions here.
I'd say that they're coming from somebody who knows you better than anybody else here. So I don't know if that's an assumption.
Better than he knows himself, I swear.
Well, I'll leave him down there for a few minutes while he votes, and move on a little bit. Some exciting other updates is that I've been working on our Lurelin subway system recently. No new rails or anything, but I have been updating... what's the word I'm looking for? Usability. That wasn't the word I was looking for, but I've been making it a little more user-friendly down there. I don't know about you guys, but I've avoided using the subway for years because, like, you go down and there's no minecarts, and the stops are all just like, I don't know what they are, that kind of thing. So I've been putting lots of signs. I've been color coding them, so like orange ones go north, blue ones go south, so you sort of know what direction you're going. Labeling everything, putting labeled minecarts that are labeled for the subway so that if you take it home with you, you know that you stole it and you should bring it back. And putting like places to drop off your minecarts and pick up minecarts, so it's a little bit more user-friendly now. We do need to work on the east and west lines, which I'll probably do a little bit more of if we don't get any other stuff in there done. I'll probably work on it more during my last month in office because I have some other projects I need to do before then. But on that note, also, I have been starting to add some KMC sponsored jobs in the job centers, so stuff like rail lines might also appear there for some extra help. But yeah, if you haven't checked out the job center recently, I know Ruby usually posts all of the jobs, but now we're doing some KMC sponsored jobs, so you can help out with stuff that we need you to do. Because I know that you want to do that. Yeah, and with that, I will let some of my other KMC members discuss what they've been up to recently. Is there anyone who particularly wants to go first, or should we go in a circle? All right, Tamika, you're going to go first then. So let us know what you've been up to in the first half of your term and what you plan to do coming up here.
So I started off with like the exchange rate situation and like looking at the bank and what we had and what we didn't have, and we have so much gold and iron and stuff, so I kind of feel like it's not super necessary right now, so we've been focusing more on like cutting back supply of the bank. Also, what I noticed last time when I went to do the restock is I didn't even need to do a full restock, which has never happened to me before.
It's probably because we're not taking the common resources.
Yeah, but like even for...
Because you can't get rich off of iron.
Even for diamonds, like it wasn't a full, like there was still, people could have came and made trades still, so that kind of shocked me, but it was nice because I think people are kind of realizing, which only took us however many years, but we're getting there, so that's good. And then we did the auction, which went well. And then I've been talking with Ruby about job center stuff and what that will look like going forward, so hopefully we can like fund that instead of Ruby. The only thing with it is that like it is, I think, a big job, and it's just like a lot to take on, I think, to add to any one of our plates. So I'm kind of hoping like as a collective we can just like suggest a job here and there as we come up with them, and then we can kind of work together with the job center. And then what else? Taxes are going on right now, so that's good.
If you haven't paid your taxes, go pay them.
Yeah, there's a few. It's a bit of a list this time for people who haven't paid.
You usually have to give a lot of reminders, so...
Yeah, and there's a couple people, like there's going to be a few shops going up, I think, so we'll have to take a look at that in like a week or two here, but what else is going on? I have to redo some of the stuff at the permit office. I want to keep like a better log of like all the like elytra stuff that's going on and like redo that upstairs area so we can like better utilize that space.
That sounds
And
great.
I think for the most part that's it for me.
Yeah, I think you took care of the big situation with the bank right early on, so it's freeing up some extra time for other stuff too. I thought that would take a lot longer to resolve.
Well, in the past, that's been the experience, and in the past, there's been a lot more like push with it one way or the other. I've noticed, and this time, I think people were kind of like, "Well, this is where we're at." So
just do it. We don't care what we do. Just do it.
Yeah. So, and I did set aside some salaries already, but I haven't deducted them from the total yet, but they are sitting separate at the moment, so they
did see those there. Thank you.
Yeah.
I know that when you were originally doing the bank, you were talking about having like temporary stuff available, like lapis or something else. Are you still doing that?
Yeah, I was thinking of changing because this will be like the third restock coming up, so I was thinking of changing it. I was originally gonna do it every month, but then like that also seemed kind of like a pain in the butt because of how kind of annoying it is to switch things out. So I was gonna do them like a couple times, like a term kind of thing, like every couple months. So I was gonna do lapis next, probably for this restock, which should happen on the 15th.
Okay, cool. All right, well, thank you for sharing your endeavors.
Yeah.
Ace, would you like to go next?
Yes, I would love to go next.
Thank you.
So, as Department of Resources, I have already worked on revamping, restocking, and upkeeping the recycling center, the forge, and the stack exchange. So I've been keeping up with those. Everything's been going smooth, thankfully.
Recycling center's looking pretty nice too.
Yes, that one I was like, I need to just empty everything and redo it.
Yeah, that recycling center is a doozy, that's for sure.
But yeah, that one I've definitely gotten. So, for what I'm currently working on, I have a donation drive planned that's going to be 3 weeks, starting January 12th and ending February 1st. So, if you're not familiar with donation drives, the main purpose is anyone can donate unwanted resources, any value, any type, so we can repurpose it to better the entire server. We are having milestones, so 10 double chests. At the first one, I don't think we've settled on the rewards yet, but we're gonna have one at level 1, level 5, and level 10. So they're gonna be some kind of temporary buff that lasts from when they're unlocked to 2 weeks after the drive is over.
You'll have to visit like Town Square to receive them, but they'll be ongoing.
So it's located, I'm going to put the coords in the announcements as well, but it's going to be located at 300 230. And you just drop everything off, and we take care of the rest.
Making it nice and easy for the people.
So there's just so it was not like we don't have a specific project that's going to it. It's just general, like
it's like a general. Just if you don't have it, if you have stuff that you don't need that's just been sitting in your storage, just we'll find something to do with it.
Yeah, that's like the one thing I feel like that's the one piece of it I was missing. It was like, why do we?
Yeah.
What? There's more, but that's just if it's just to clear out people's storage.
I think it was sort of like the original idea of where we had the storage bins in the Nethernet, but then everyone thought they were mailboxes.
But important disclaimer, just to like get it out there. Please do not go out and mine for random resources to fill it for the sake of meeting the milestones. It completely just
it's more of a spring cleaning. It's not a race for resources type thing.
Is there gonna be like a certain Like if we end up with like just if there's just like a bunch of cobblestone coming in, like is there gonna be a change to that and be like no more cobblestone or something like that? Because I know myself, like I got a lot of cobblestone sitting in chests at my base. I'm sure I've got a small amount.
That's one thing. Like if it's just you getting rid of cobblestone you already have, that's one thing. I'm talking about people just outgoing mining a bunch like chests full of like dirt and cobblestone for the sole purpose of donating it to meet the milestones.
Gotcha. Okay.
But how are we gonna know, like, I guess it's like, so there won't be a limit as to, like, how much of what is being taken?
Well, considering I have 10 double chests, like, of things, I feel like we're not gonna run out of space.
Good.
And if we do, we can just reset it and just let them keep.
Can always see how
Donating.
it goes at the beginning. I mean, I don't think we want to end up with 10 double chests full of nothing but cobblestone. So we gotta figure it out.
We'll use cobblestone for lots of stuff. I mean, I've given away.
Cobblestone is useful.
So
Yeah,
even if
there's
it
a
is
lot of use for
cobblestone,
it out there, then
Yeah.
that's cool. Cool. I might just.
Yeah,
be like-
it's just we don't need people doing like 3 or 4 double chests worth of dirt, like mining it specifically
Yeah.
just to get like because dirt we can't
digging
use
a
as
big
much.
hole out there somewhere. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, just because it kind of defeats the purpose of a donation drive.
yeah.
But yeah,
That's cool. I definitely got some stuff building up in my storage.
so yeah, just disclaimer: don't just mine specifically for the sole purpose of reaching the milestones. And this is just a personal like thing that I don't mind doing. If you have a bunch of stuff and you don't want to if you live like a long distance and you don't want to have to make the trek all the way to do it, I will no charge pick up the stuff for you. You just have to leave it in a spot that I can reach. I have
Nice.
plenty of shulkers. I don't mind picking up your stuff.
Okay,
A lot
that's
of the
cool.
tunnels in the Nether still have garbage cans from like way back when I was KMC and started putting those out there. Those could be used potentially as an option for
Yeah.
people to drop stuff into.
Yeah, just like DM me, let me know, give me some chords where you put your stuff. I'll pick it up, no charge.
Big thank you. Alrighty. Graham, then, if you would like to go next. I know you haven't been with us too long, but you've done
Yeah.
quite a bit. So if you'd like to tell us a little bit about it, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, well, when I started, there was not really anything going on in terms of holiday events, which has always been something that tends to have happened in previous years. So I was kind of in went kind of in a bit of a rush to get some stuff together for that. Most of those events are still ongoing. So until January 15th, there is the Wishlist Hunt event that is going on. So out at the Christmas Village, there's a present building where you can go add your name to a chest and you can put a wish list of items in the chest, anything you might need, and other people can come out there and give you gifts for things on your list, or they can submit their own wish list as well. That's still ongoing until the 15th. There's also Secret Santa. We had about, I think, 8 people sign up for that. And then that's still ongoing, where the gift delivery is due by the 15th for that. So there's still a few of those out there. There's also a Santa bundles under the tree. Santa made a stop, but the bundles will not be out there forever. Those will also disappear after the 15th. And then in terms of I also wanted to figure out what's going on for this month in terms of events. I know we've got winter camp coming up, it looks like, in the events calendar.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if planning additional events in addition to those camp events is too much for 1 month, or if I was hoping to have a few more people out here to get some input to see if people want additional events to that. Something smaller, maybe, something like that. But with nobody here can't really get that. So I might put a message in Discord somewhere, kind of gauge interest to see how people are feeling, because we've already got these camp events, which are looking to be pretty good. I don't know if it's going to be valuable to hold additional ones, or if we should just like hype up the camp a bunch. So that's kind of what's going on in terms of events. The other part of what I've been working on is the Welcome Center. So the old volunteer building, the old KCVC building down by the community farms is going to be turned into a Welcome Center, which is going to be the home of the Welcome Committee. The Welcome Center is going to include a lot of useful resources for new people. It's also going to be the new home of the allays that have been taking up space in the police station. So they're going to be a little more accessible to newbies. And with the Welcome Center being started up, there's also going to be more recruitment happening for the Welcome Committee. So if anybody here is interested in signing up for that, please let me know. The role of the Welcome Committee is going to be expanding a bit. It's not simply going to be welcoming new people to town. The role of that is going to be changing even when we welcome new people now. The town tour is going to be more of a requirement as opposed to a suggestion. I think it will reduce the number of confused new people. I think a lot of people don't realize how much is actually here. And they're like, oh, I don't want the tour, I'm good. And then realize have all these questions about what's here and whatnot. So I think that would help with that. And then we're also going to have it set so that once you initiate a new member, within a week, you should follow up with that member and say, hey, how you doing? Need any help with anything? See how their experience is going. And then again, probably within a month or so, check in with them again and just see how their experience has been going. Outside of welcoming new members, the Welcome Committee is also going to be in charge of hosting small events. Nothing major, like we still have the admin team putting together major quest events and things like that, of course, but the Welcome Committee should be they should be more visible within the community. The idea is that the Welcome Committee members should be like community members who are visible and who other people feel like they can reach out to with questions or anything that needs help or things like that. There should be a more integrated part of the community as opposed to just welcoming people. So that's what that's going to evolve into. And if anybody in here is interested in signing up, being on government does not automatically grant you the access. So let me know if you would like to sign up and then we can get you added. And yeah. I think that's about all I got.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, you've been doing a lot so far. I definitely appreciate it. I think Welcome Committee, like events will probably be smaller things, like I don't know, like having a movie night, that kind of thing. So nothing like too intensive, or like, you know, getting together to like go to the Christmas Village, for instance, and like bringing people over, that kind of thing.
Like little build events or small little off-realm gaming nights or movie nights, things like that. All of the major sort of fancy questing stuff is going to be in the hands of the admin team still. But we're going to be in charge of smaller community events. Ideally, the Welcome Committee should be hosting at least one thing per month. Yeah. Is kind of the goal there, just to keep the community involved.
Yeah. Yeah, I just didn't want it to sound too intimidating while we're talking about it for people who are considering it.
Like it's nothing, and like nobody would ever. Like it's not going to be like if you want to be involved, you're like all you have to do is say so. Like there's not going to be like no, you're not welcome here. Like no, it's not like that. Like we want people to be excited and be involved in it. And it's not super daunting. All you have to do is be friendly, really.
Yeah. Thank you for telling us.
We have a guide like for the tour, so if you're like for the town tour, Brian's got a really great map and guide. It's like literally, if you're even me, like I'd be concerned about going rogue and giving a town tour without the guide. So like, it's good to have. It like basically walks you through the whole process of initiating somebody. So it is really like all you have to do is be friendly. That's really it.
Yeah, nothing too difficult.
And we need people. We don't have very many people on there right now, and it's really shitty when new people join and tag the Welcome Committee and nobody can get to them.
Yeah.
that doesn't help. So we need more people who are active and ready to go.
Yes, because we're going to be also ramping up recruitment here of new players. So we need to have people who are here to take care of them. Perfect. All right, Devin, I think you are up if you'd like to chat with us a little bit.
Hey everyone. Right now I'm working on. Well, I can't. Okay, my speech is going down, so I'm going to organize a presentation for the university about the laws and legalities at Koholin. But I don't know if I'll be able to present it per se, but it will be an ongoing thing that will just offer every semester or every year, or we'll see going forward what makes sense. And it'll just be one little lecture. I've started going to bases to make sure that laws are being followed, like, already, the bases. And I'm not really finding anything shocking or worrisome right now. But who knows what a new crop of people might bring.
Yeah.
Maybe some interesting, fun, bad people. But we don't have any right now. And what else? I'm renovating the copper shop and the jail just because I feel like it. I'm making more space for the realities, like the paperwork of a copper shop and the realities of posting law or whatever. And once the welcome center is open, I want to talk to the welcome committee about whether the laws will be posted at the welcome committee or they'll stay just posted at the club shop and go over that, and I'll decide by the end of term. And other than that, I'm available to help in any way for anything for anyone at any time. Part of the government is that I can help. And if you have any suggestions or anything kind of in my realm, post it on the Discord thing, and I will check it out as soon as possible. That is the end.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing what you've put together for the class. I've been really trying to get. This is something I wanted to start doing when I was in the Department of Education for the last several terms. Is have sort of single lecture classes that teach more just about like the realm itself. So especially for people who are newer or who haven't been able to get involved with LIK, especially too. Some people might not be interested in doing the like non-Minecraft classes, but because they're interested in Minecraft and the realm and stuff, they'll take like the single lecture class and, learn more about the realm itself. So I'm excited to see how that goes with everyone. And I appreciate you putting that together for us.
Yeah. And I'll make a book and whatnot as well.
Oh, cool.
Just to make sure it's available. Whether or not people can make class.
Yeah, and then hopefully with the degree programs that we've been slowly putting into place, like the classes like the law class, for example, will be like a requirement for like the general education degree. So it's a big step. All right, D2, do you want to talk with us about what you're working on?
I think that's a great transition into this Director of Education stuff. So we still have some ongoing remodeling over at the university and the grounds there. It's hard getting tradespeople in these days because, everybody's strapped for time, but they're coming along really nicely and working out well. we had our fall semester end recently, and we had sign-ups for the teachers and students for our winter, which is starting up really soon. Today I'll be going through and messaging all the teachers of who's going to be in their classes and get all that set up. Then in the future, I'm going to be working on that degree program and really hashing that out and putting that into motion. So, yeah, that's kind of it for me.
Remind me when we get off here that I need to give you the role so that you can access the teacher channel. So
yes, that'd be great. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was going to ask you about how setting up the channel, because I was going to send you a message and be like, here's the list, but if I can do that, that'd be great.
Yeah, I keep meaning to put you on, but I'm like away from my computer or whatever when I'm doing it, so I keep forgetting to do it. But yeah, remind me if I don't do it right after this. But I should hopefully remember.
That'd be super great.
And then did you say you've already finished the revamp in Ruby Hall?
Almost done. So all the offices are laid out and they're starting to get decorated. But yeah, it's coming along really well.
Oh wow!
I'm quite happy with
it.
it.
Check it out. I haven't looked at the KCVC either since Graham's been working in there, so I need to check out everything.
Don't go there yet.
Don't go in yet.
Don't look. No, it looks the exact same as it did before.
Okay.
Like, change those signs. That's all. It hasn't been anything.
Okay. And then with the new semester starting, is it starting like this week?
It will be. However, it doesn't seem like there's a bunch of classes like I know we have book club tomorrow, but I guess that initial class will just be kind of like discussing going. It won't be like a full on in depth kind of. You know, like your first day of school, you kind of have like a half day sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you assigning dorms, or was there not a lot of student turnout for this time?
I'll be doing dorms this time. Yeah.
Cool.
And getting that all set up. Cool. So that's always fun.
Maybe if Graham's not doing any other events for this month, maybe you can talk about having a little dorm party event or something going on with the students.
Yeah.
You guys can organize. I don't know.
Semester kickoff kind of thing.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. If we're too rowdy, then the police will come by and shut it down.
Yeah, exactly.
Some noise complaints.
Alrighty, and then,
I'm looking forward to a wonderful semester, and it should be really good.
Yeah, thanks for getting it all together for us. I think Jasmine's not here today. She said she was going to stop in on just voice chat, but it looks like she wasn't able to make it. So I actually am not 100% sure what she's been working on most recently. I know that she was doing a lot of work making things safer around the Nethernet for us. I've noticed that she hasn't updated any of the tunnel signs yet, so I'm hoping that's sort of next on the agenda, but I have noticed less holes and stuff. It's less dangerous situations going on out there. I think she was planning on also working on making like catch portals or catch areas under people's portals that are dangerous. So when we are having portal glitches, they won't be as liable to fall in lava or fall 60 feet out of the air and die, that kind of thing. So I know that she has been doing stuff behind the scenes, but I don't know what she's been doing most recently because her schedule and my schedule are really incompatible with each other. So it's a little hard to touch base with her in real time a lot of the time. But unfortunately, she wasn't able to make it today. But I'm sure if you have any questions on what she's working on or what she's planning, you can also chat with her in Discord anytime, and she'd be happy to catch up. And that is it for, I guess, our KMC projects that are ongoing right now. Ruby, our only guest KMC meeting member here today, do you have any issues you'd like to bring up with us or any questions you want to ask about anything?
For the donation drive, I know that at one point we had talked about like a little fairgrounds around there. How would you feel about so the job center survey has gone super great so far. A lot of people are like, we want to build. So I was wondering how you would feel about maybe people doing some building in that same area as the donation drive is going.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
If they want to go build over there, well, that's perfectly fine.
What kind of building did you have in mind over there?
Check. I think some little like fairground stalls would be cute, or just some fair type stuff. I think, I don't know, maybe it'll be just a little bit up to the imagination, but they really want to build.
Okay.
A lot of people they don't really like the texturing stuff that's in there right now. I totally understand that. So yeah, just thinking of some building stuff that can commingle with other stuff that's going on.
Yeah, that'd be a great way to get them over there too. And then if they have leftover stuff from their building, they can drop it off at the donation center.
Perfect. The synergy.
I was also, I know we chatted, I don't know if we talked about this at the last town, I think this was during our KMC walk. We were chatting a bit about with the fairgrounds area. I'm not sure if you're familiar, if you have like actual fairgrounds that you've been to, if they do anything like this, but the fairgrounds I had growing up had like an old-timey village area, and with like mixed leftover stuff that's over there, we were thinking about doing something like that, where we'd have like old-timey buildings that are sort of like historical, and also making copies of some of the historic buildings in town, like maybe like the Gabe Sweet Treats hut, that kind of thing, to add like a history lesson in, so we can copy some of those over as well, and then intermingle new fairground stuff in with it too.
It's like what people, like the people actually, that's funny, because that's like actually what happens, that people move historical buildings all the time,
yeah,
like make fairgrounds, so that'd be fun.
Do we like, okay, wait, so is it like, is there an actual list of what ones are historical buildings, or like how?
I think it's just old ones that were here from like the beginning, probably. You know, we could probably move the farm barn over there and then delete it.
I feel like we should like each pick one that we think is like. I feel like we should each pick one that we feel like is like, to us, what is like the building in town or whatever.
Yeah, we can do that. That's cool. I like that.
I think that would be cool.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that too, and we can move things really easily now with the structure blocks, so it'll be pretty simple to do that. But yeah, when we move buildings over, we should like put in a quote unquote like a plaque or like a history book, essentially detailing like why that's a historical building, that kind of thing. So it gives people an opportunity to learn.
Like, heritage status or whatever. That's what they do. Like with all the old buildings around here, it's like you can't do anything unless they're. On that note of moving, is that game from North going to get moved into anywhere?
I was just thinking about that the other day, about putting it around at Davenport.
It's a really, really sweet game.
I couldn't find the Davenport coordinate, or not Davenport. I couldn't find the North Prime coordinates. I was trying to go over there and check it out, but I couldn't find where it was.
I've always just used the stupid massive tunnel.
Yeah.
I always forget that there's, because it's not supposed to be.
If you go to if you go to the very end of the purple tunnel, Rob like made himself more tunnel at the end, and you can go to the end of that, and then
I'll check it out. Yeah, I forgot that was there. But yeah, I am planning on doing that soon. I just couldn't find it. Thanks for the heads up.
That game is sweet, and it would be awesome to have with all the other. There's other cool games down there too, so it would fit right now.
Yeah, it might be too big to put at Davenport just because of the structure of it, so putting it at the fairground might be a nice touch.
Just anywhere that it's not out in the middle of nowhere, really, like anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, and I wanted to chat a little about community builds at Town Hall today. I don't have a strong opinion on doing a community build, just especially because we have a lot of stuff we're actively working on. I think a lot of times, a lot of the mayors are just like, well, this is the one thing I have to do is the community build, so they, you know, that's the thing they focus on. But we're actually doing like a lot of stuff, so I haven't been as focused on worrying about that. But I do have a couple ideas, and I just want to toss them out there and see what you guys think a little bit about.
We are also working on a Wither arena situation, so that should be something coming out. So hopefully that's not one of yours.
No, it's not. I've been saying for years that y'all can build a Wither arena, and I'll admin proof it. But
we're repurposing the little snake out.
Yeah,
it's been bugging me forever. I've been wanting to finish it, and then I'm like, that's too big of a project, but it works perfectly for this because it's underground.
Yeah.
And
it's like a big pit,
anyways.
basically.
Yeah. No worries. So about the community build, there is a question in the ballot about something about Ukuku Island, and that would be a smaller build that I think we can all do together, but it's not really a large enough project for it to be a community build. But we will do that as a community build, but it's just going to be like probably a couple hours thing. So nothing major there. For the actual, if we want to do an actual community build, my two major ideas, one that I've been saying for years is I'd like to have a courthouse because I feel like it's weird that we have a jail without any way for people to go to trial, and we have like a justice system, but you can't actually have a fair trial. So I think a courthouse would be cool, but I also worry that that would just be like another big courts building, which first of all, it's already hard enough to get courts. Second of all, we have a bunch of big courts buildings, you know, we're in one right now.
I mean, now that we have white wood, we don't really need to use
white wood.
anymore.
That's true. I forgot about that. That's a good point.
Isn't there like a whole like empty floor here at City Hall? Or is that, am I like misremembering that?
I was tearing down some stuff recently.
Okay.
If I can find it somewhere, I think I have a blueprint or like something for like a really small courthouse, so it wouldn't take up too much space.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Is this something like, are we actually gonna like? Will this be a thing going forward? Like actually using it in turn, like?
I don't know. Maybe.
Because like as of right now, it's kind of like when people do something stupid, it's kind of just like behind the scenes, they're like gone.
Well, yeah, this is
like,
more like when, you know, you have
like,
Grace the murderer who's running afoul. You can give her a trial.
So like
You can
when
also use it for petty crimes.
It won't be for...
to
So
make it
there's a
fair.
difference between like covalent law and realm rules.
okay.
So like the government deals with covalent law, but if somebody's like breaking actual realm rules, then the admins are going to deal with it behind the scenes.
Okay, I understand.
So like it'd be more like small crimes or like funny things, but yeah, I mean, I still think it'd be nice to. I mean, we only have locked law breakers in jail. We don't lock like rule breakers in jail. You know what I mean? They just get banned.
To me, it's weird the laws are only at the car shop.
Yeah.
That's
I
weird.
feel like the only person who ever gets in shit is Grace. Like this
Well-
is Grace's building.
I still think it'd be nice to have a courthouse. Plus, we have extra space in the government districts that, you know, how many government buildings are we going to need over time, really?
Well, I mean, it makes sense with the jails.
Yeah. But my other idea, and this is something I've talked with Ruby about privately in the past, but I've considered making an airport where you can instantly like click a button to fly to like another destination that would be like probably somewhere out of bounds, maybe like a new biome or something, and it would be like a temporary thing, and the destinations might change over time.
That's cool.
Yeah, but I
Oh.
think an airport would be kind of large, and I don't know if I have it in me to design that because I'm not a very good designer or builder. So that makes me kind of not want to do it, but like it's a good idea in general.
Could we not just do that out by where North is?
Yeah.
Maybe. It's kind of like a
'Cause, like,
trek out
that's
there already.
basically been cleared out.
It's a
'cause-
big flat space
Yeah.
out there because I'm doing so.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta travel to go to the airport.
Well, the airport's not usually right in town because it.
Oh, I wasn't planning
on.
on putting it in town. No, I was planning on finding somewhere a bit out of town.
And like, there is the tunnel in the Nether, but I don't know if you want to keep that.
Mhm.
But it does already
It
go.
kind of has an airport
It
aesthetic.
does.
It's like a really flat
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, so we can talk about all that. Like I said, I don't know if I'm committed to doing a community build. We have just like a lot of other stuff to do, but it's good to chat about it at least and see what we can do during the time that we have. This is the halfway point of the term, so we got to get our butts in gear. But we have done a lot. I'm so proud of all of you. Do any of you have any questions or issues you'd like to bring up here? You know that you're all in the KMC, but
I just have one question.
okay.
It's still about the connection between the and the.
Oh,
Is there
don't
a
talk
way we
about that
can,
in
like-
public here. Not everyone knows about that yet.
Well, okay.
This is
cut that
a
out.
recorded video, so we can talk about that
cut that out.
privately. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming to the town hall. Thanks, Ruby, for joining us as the only citizen here. We appreciate you.